All right, we're back one more time here at Bells, where Whitewright was taking on the Panthers. Whitewright having won 11 consecutive district games, undefeated this year in district. We're here at Howell, where the Howell Bulldogs are going to be taking on Tom Bean tonight, both unbeaten in district, tied with Whitewright for first place. The IBO World Championships is the Super Bowl of archery, and Ryan's already finished 5th and 3rd the last 2 years. So the logical finish this year is number 1. You got to have eyes in the back of your head, because you never know what's going to happen. But it all starts right here in his backyard in Durant. Ah! Reporting from Ada with a bronze medal in my age group, Andy Gibson, KTEN Sports.
Let's go to work and shoot 3. Right
the IFYR, the Super Bowl of Youth Rodeo, attracts nearly 1,000 cowboys and girls from Florida to Nevada, as well as many local kids, all chasing their part of the richest purse in the country.
I've never ran against this many girls before. Nothing ever this big. I haven't eaten all week because I've been so nervous. I ate once and I threw it back up, so I was like, I can't do this. So I haven't eaten all week.
You meet a lot of nice people, great people. Rodeo people are a different breed of cat. They are awesome people.
There's a certain degree of unpredictability at the rodeo. You got to have eyes in the back of your head, because you never know what's going to happen.
So I did them all today. I was up in all 3 today. Barrel and pole horses are nuts. They really are, because they're so hot-blooded.
It's hard to find a first-generation rodeoer here. For many of the competitors, it just runs in the blue jeans.
My family has always rodeoed, and a lot of my friends rodeo, and I don't know, my mom, she rodeoed and everything, and her family, and so I just kind of followed on in and started rodeoing.
Rodeo has been a part of my life all my life, and my family has always rodeoed. My dad, my mom, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, everyone in my family has rodeoed, and they got me started, and a bunch of my friends rodeo.
The IFYR wraps up on Saturday night. Andy Gibson, KTEN Sports.
Things are a little wet.
Meet Whit Baskin. The second strongest man in the United States. He, along with 4 other Americans, is headed to South Africa to compete against 25 others from around the globe for the title of World's Strongest Man.
They take it seriously, but there's still a lot of camaraderie. Even the guys who are competing against one another still cheer each other on in the events. Everybody gets along, but there's still there's still a lot of pride in being an American and getting to go.
Baskin qualified for his 2nd straight World's Strongest Man competition after finishing tied for 2nd at the American Showdown. At 5'11", 265 pounds, he's usually one of the smallest competitors. But he says brains are just as important as the brawn.
No, I think it surprised a lot of people to know how little of the sport is actually strength. I'd say 50% is probably strength. The other 50% is things like mental toughness, speed, endurance, and skill, actually knowing how to do the events themselves.
After 3 years of professional strongman competitions, Baskin's been all over the world, including Hawaii and Malta. But it all starts right here in his backyard in Durant.
I got a lot of flack about that, about my accent, also when I was over there. Yeah, they expect me to be some cowboy or something, I think.
Unlike many sports where youth seems to dominate and players keep getting younger and younger, strongmen get stronger with age, which makes Whit's accomplishment even more significant because he's only 23.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. I'm pretty much the youngest guy at every meet I go to. Yeah, catch a lot of flack about that. I'm always the kid.
Yep. Reporting from Durant for a few more miles anyway, Andy Gibson, KTEN Sports. All right, we're back one more time here at Bells, where Whitewright was taking on the Panthers. Whitewright having won 11 consecutive district games, undefeated this year in district, and they were looking good tonight. Let's go to those highlights. Looking strong early. Whitewright's Anthony Brown going to get the pitch, and he takes it downtown for the sixer. Tigers go up 7-0. Bells hanging in there, though. Panthers go to the air. Cole Kimmerling connects with Josh McKinney for the big gain, but the Panthers fail to score. Bells with the ball again, and the pitch goes to no one in particular. Zane Montgomery, right place, right time, scoops it up. He takes it home. Tigers go up 14-0 and go on to win tonight, 34-6 over Bells. Whitewright coach Jody Stringer joins us now. Not long after the Oklahoma Sooners' big win over Texas last week, people could be heard mentioning national championship. Big words for a team that still had dates with the #1 and 2 teams in the country. The first of those games today in Manhattan, OU against second-ranked Kansas State. OU up 10-7 in the first quarter. Josh Heupel on the screen to Curtis Fagan, who knifes his way to the end zone. Sooners with a 10-point advantage. Second quarter, OU still up 10. Last week's hero, Quentin Griffin, crawls in from 17 yards out. Sooners take a 31-14 halftime lead. Second half, OU still hot. Heupel hits Antoine Savage, who does the rest. The 74-yard TD reception puts the Sooners up 34-18. They hold off a late rally from the Wildcats to hang on. 41-31 the final. The Sooners knock off the #2 ranked team in the country. Texas Longhorns looking to rebound from last week's demolishing at the hands of the Sooners at Colorado today. Second quarter, Major Applewhite to Roy Williams. Horns up 7-0. Second half, same combination. Applewhite to Williams results in a 42-yard TD strike. Longhorns double up the Buffaloes and bounce back. 28-14 the final. And it's homecoming weekend for a couple of local schools, both East Central and Southeastern, hoping to celebrate with much-needed wins today. Let's start out in Ada. Queen Misty Brow, that's her in the crown, watching Southwestern and ECU. Second quarter, Tigers punting, and you don't see it, but the ball hits a Bulldog player. Free ball, and ECU's Lionel Wren pounces on it and sets up the Tigers' first scoring chance. Hayden Young trots onto the field for the chip shot field goal, and the Tigers jump out 3-0 over the Bulldogs. Still in the first half, Tigers threatening. John Morgan dives through the hole for 6, and the Tigers with the homecoming win over Southwestern, 13-6 the final. Southeastern taking on Northeastern. Redmen not being very friendly guests. Greg Bobbitt hooks up with J.J. Newton for the first points of the game, 7-0 Redmen. Sosu down 14-0. John Holmes in at quarterback. He rolls out, connects with Clint Clayton to bring it within 7 at the half, but it wasn't enough. NSU defeats the Savages 28-21. In other college action, it was Austin College walloping Texas Lutheran. Aaron Kernick becomes the all-time leading rusher at AC. Oklahoma State tied up with Iowa State in the fourth quarter, and #1 Nebraska hammers Texas Tech. And as you just saw on KTEN here, the Yankees defeating the Mariners. Well, in the early game, it was the Cardinals at the Mets. Cards up 5-1 in the fourth. Mark McGwire at the plate with the bases loaded, but no heroics this time. It didn't matter, though. Cards win 8-2. Mets lead the series 2-1 now. And just real quick, the Dallas Stars win tonight. They get a shutout over the Caps. And the AC men's and women's soccer team, both with wins tonight. And the big game, the Sooners.
That's right.
They remain undefeated, sets up a nice little game with Nebraska in a couple weeks.
That was great. Thank you,
You
Andy.
bet.